guys, welcome back. Today I'm back to carp fishing, and today I'm going to try something new. Instead of using a normal fishing rod, I'm going to use a fishing pole, or what they call a hand rod. So it doesn't have a reel, as you can see. It's technically just a telescopic rod, and this one is a medium action 3.6 meter long rod. So what happens is you just get it out, so as you can see, can be quite a long hole here, and at the tip of it you will see a little elastic, which is where you tie your rig to. So, and your end tackle, it can be anything just like your usual stuff. So what I use is just a fluorocarbon, there's a little loop here that would actually tie this end tackle to the elastic there. And usually you would want to use the line as long as your rod, because when you actually pull the fish back, you want to just lift your rod, and actually the fish will just come right in your hand, or close enough anyway. So I use a little float here. It just tells me that the fish is biting. It's a running float, as you can see, and then a short trace about 30 centimeter here, and a circle hook again, which basically means you don't have to strike, you just let the fish take it. So we'll give it a go and see what we can catch today. Okay, now, so what you want to do in terms of the end tackle, you can see the elastic here. Hopefully it's focusing okay, like right there. And then you have the loop of your end tackle. So I use a uni knot here, so you can actually form a loop here. And what you do is go around this elastic, hold it tight, and just tie it up. Okay, so that's how you do it, nice and tight. Now with fishing pole, one major difference between this and our normal rods is you don't actually cast, you swing it out and you fish very close to you. And don't forget to pre-bait the area too. Now you need to keep a very close eye on the float, like this. When you move, you grab it, fish on. The reason being, you don't really have much room for error here. Once you grab your rod, you only have 1 or 2 seconds before your rod goes into the water. And one thing that you have to make sure is when you fight the fish, you don't just keep pulling, you try to maneuver it and walk it. So, because if the fish just pulling strongly to the other direction, there is a very good chance it will just bust you off. Just like any other style of fishing, your main point is to tire the fish out, and then you pull it closer to you. I know I did mention that you're supposed to leave the line as long as your rod, so you can actually pull your rod up and the fish will fly to your hand. But carp is actually quite a big fish, so technically you cannot just, make it fly like this. So you may actually have to use your hand to pull the lines in like what I did here. Alright, there we go guys, using a hand rod, catching a nice carp here. So it's pretty good fun. Nice. Second fish on. I forgot to turn my phone on here. Alright, second carp on a hand rod. It's a good day. Alright guys, so that's another day of carp fishing. So got 2 carps with this hand rod, or fishing pole, if you want to call it. So it's fun, it feels a little bit different, but it's kind of like a fun way to catch a fish. Now the only issues is I do find that because without the drag, it tends to really put all the force onto the rod and the line itself, so you probably can't really go with a 6-pound line or anything, because otherwise it will just break your line easily, which has happened to me a few times. So if you actually are fishing somewhere with small carps, totally this works really well. But if you actually are catching carp like 6 kilos, 8 kilos, I think more than likely it will either cut your line or anyhow actually break your pole. So it's a important consideration here if you want to give these things a try. Having said that though, it's fun, why not? So give it a go, and I'll see you next time again.